Hi, I'm Becky Carlson, and I'm the Fearless Coach, and it's Fearless Friday. As a college athlete, I always knew that there was a hierarchy. I knew exactly where my program and my body fell on that hierarchy in terms of a standard of medical care. If you were not a football or a men's basketball player, you were resigned to the fact that the best and most experienced trainers and most responsive medical care were designated to those sports. Now granted, it's also an argument that many of the revenue sports get the best of everything because they're the ones making the money, and it's often an assumption that all of the revenue sports are actually making money when that's not necessarily true. If you want to make that argument that that's why men's basketball has more gear, more recruiting dollars, more full-time staff, because they have the resources, then there would be an opportunity for debate. What is not up for debate is the idea of medical care amongst your athletes and it being a revenue versus non-revenue sports in terms of medical care issue. When I first began coaching, I had an athlete break her foot in a competition. It took 4 whole days of her crutching around on campus with an undiagnosed break to be seen by a medical doctor. At that point, it had gotten so bad that the athlete had to have surgery, and ultimately she sustained some permanent damage. Meanwhile, she watched one of her roommates who was participating in basketball, who tore their ACL, be seen by a doctor the next day and went into surgery the following. This is a prime example of existing and egregious disparity in equal medical support and attention. And regardless of what sport you coach or what sport your athletes participate in or their gender, this area is non-negotiable. As a coach, if this sounds familiar to you, you need to know that your athletes are well aware of that hierarchy. If you have zero interest in bringing this issue to the attention of your administrators or your training staff or your institution, then your athletes are the ones that are suffering. It's your fear over this subject that aids the suffering of your athletes. So I want you to remember that the next time you feel that fear about approaching your administration or your institution about the rights of your athletes to proper and equal medical care. My advice on this Fearless Friday is to be open with your athletes. Like most ongoing communication and feedback that's necessary, do not wait until the end of the year evaluation to discuss this or to find out more about what your athletes truly think about their level and standard of care. I want you to ask your athletes questions and gain a firmer understanding of their personal experience with their medical care so you can advocate for them. Many administrators and training room staffs are completely unaware of how obvious the disparaging treatment is to their student athletes. Your athletes see it, they feel it, they experience it, and they suffer. Your student athletes and their health is not up for negotiation. I'm Becky Carlson, and I'm the Fearless Coach. Have a great weekend.